suspicion we get maybe a Fiora somewhere in here, but yeah, it's going to be banned away in the first game. Weibo opt into the Wukong in this matchup. We'll see if Rare Adam just want to go ahead and lock in that Zeri and get that power at least that we really haven't gotten to see because of the band presence that it has.
Yeah, that's what you would expect to come through, right? I feel like Zeri plus whatever you're going to match into jungle would be the typical rotation. But we've hit on RA. RA have really liked leaning into these long-range, sit-back, poke, wait for the mid-game compositions to come through. And they just instantly bring out the Corki. You're right, Ezreal's still open. That was the AD carry we saw blind picked all throughout yesterday. Would give you a bit of mobility to deal with the Wukong, but it just feels like the Zeri is such a high-priority pick that you don't want to ignore, and thank God that they don't.
Yeah, and especially when we were talking about them, opting in the late game. Zeri's pretty darn good in the late game. We'll see if he can actually get there, though, for Rare Adam. You can see already the way that they're styling these early picks and the way that they want to structure their composition coming in. But we got more Arcane coming at you. Season 2 on the way. It is Jinx locked in for Weibo and Nautilus. So powerful combo in the duo lane bot.
Gonna give them a lot of engage opportunity while still having some way of matching the scaling that will come through on the side of RA. And now Leyan gonna opt into the Lee Sin, so give himself, potential to be that bridge in the early game that RA are looking for.
Rick.
Still doesn't really help the fact that Weibo will be able to pick, their own answer into your mid lane matchup and try and set themselves up for a stronger mid jungle 2v2 and make Leyan's life hell.
What does that SofM go? What do we do? This is uncharted waters. I don't know what to do.
They first picked Wukong Mazel. It's not uncharted waters anymore.
I know, it isn't. Well, it is uncharted waters because of the way.
I guess you're right. I guess it is uncharted waters.
That's what I'm saying. I'm excited to see him be able to pilot this one. I think it matches SofM very well. And especially in the Lee Sin, I'm very excited. We're going to probably get some very unique paths and very interesting matchups there in terms of the skirmishing. But we got to look at the second phase of bans here. We got the Braum banned by Weibo Gaming. We got the Azir, the Orianna banned by Rare Adam, and the Jax banned away against Q by Weibo.
Yeah, and I'm actually really curious, mostly to see what Weibo decide to go for a mid laner. GP being the highest, prio blind pick top open, if that's what RA want to opt into doing. We talked a lot about how important top lane counter pick could be in this sort of matchup, though, so it looks like RA might go another way. But when we look at Weibo's side for what they can do to answer mid, I mean, you have some options, right? You can either go the aggressive route of picking something like the LeBlanc and looking for these aggressive trades early roaming on the map, or I feel like your other way is looking at a global, right? Both Twisted Fate and Galio are still open. You can set up to dive into that backline, and that is exactly what Weibo are going to do. Angel on one of his standout picks, TheShy, going towards the Kayle. Do we get Nasus? Is it Nasus time?
I hope so. I hope it's Nasus time. We'll see what the pick is going to be here for Q. Does have a plethora of choices, as TheShy has decided, just opting in the late game. Like what Rare Adam tend to like to do, as it will be the Kayle scaling, waiting for that level 16 to try to get there. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yes!
Let's go!
Let's go! Another Nasus in the LPL, and it's another Cube Nasus.
Yeah, Q bringing out the Nasus once again. Had a great performance the last time he did bring it out. And, was against OMG, now coming into today. RA sticking with what we know them for. The Corki coming through the Nasus, again, kind of leaning a little bit into the strength later on. Weibo kind of bringing back, I think, familiar things from past splits, right? The Twisted Bait coming out for Angel. I feel like one of the picks where he is willing to be facilitating roamer, get involved in his side lanes. Wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe try and alleviate some pressure from TheShy early, and then maybe pivot down to starting to set up Huanfeng. So... yeah. For Weibo, we're going to need to see the proactivity that we always ask to see from them. It will be required if they want to be able to find the win, especially some nice rotations in the mid game with the Destiny.
That's what
would be beautiful to set this up.
That's what I want to talk about a little bit, because I want to check back in. We were saying such a big focus on the jungle matchup, but especially what the supporting pieces are going to be. Weibo definitely getting some of those supporting pieces, at least in the Destiny with the TF in mid. And I want to see how that works out, because we said it could be an important factor to this, and it does feel like Rare Adam have a little bit less of that helpfulness coming from their lanes. But I do feel like, especially with the Valkyrie and a little bit of the quick movement, if we're able to see that movement from Strive, that'll be huge for Leyan. But it's all going to rely on those skirmishings, the early pass of both these junglers, like we had said from the start.
Yeah, I will say Leyan definitely taking more of a backseat role in terms of, right,
Yeah.
he's just going to be there to make sure these lanes go through smoothly and being set up in mid and late game team fights.
And here we go, onto the Rift for the first time of Super Saturday, week number 3 in the LPL. It's Rare Adam versus Weibo Gaming.
30秒到达战场，碾碎。
As we hit the Rift here, we get a nice little line of scrimmage. I feel like this is the first time I've seen this in a while. We were getting some spicy level 1s last night.
Yeah, we were.
We're not going to get that here today. We just got a little bit of spice in the draft. Again, we got Cube on the Nasus in top lane. I love that you said Leyan taking a little bit more of a back seat instead of what is typical for Rare Adam. Meanwhile, Rare Adam taking a little bit of aggression onto On. Let's get the knock up there. Grand entrance, but the re-engage will be there. And this is an early level 1 fight. Everybody's getting involved here. Ignite's going down. On is getting very low, but the flash from Angel, the flash from Huanfeng. They're trying to chase down Yuyanjia. This is a crazy level 1 fight. There you go. First blood for Huanfeng. There's the level 1.
Weibo find it. They did use 2 flashes and an ignite, but still able to get the kill. Yuyanjia also being down all of his summoners. iBoy no heal. So a ton going on, but Weibo getting some gold on the Huanfeng is a nice early start for the side of Weibo.
I can't believe it. It was calm, simple, easy. Five-point line of scrimmage across the board. Then we're like, oh yeah, it'll be. We had level 1s yesterday. Maybe we don't get that today. Nope, we get first bloods. We get ignites. We get summoner spells across the board pretty much. And we also get TheShy trying to pressure Cube out of this lane early on with that advantage.
Well, especially level 1, right? This is really going to be one of the only times we're able to come in and actually be able to beat out this Nasus pick. Once he does get a few abilities under his belt, picks up the Wither especially, right? A champion like Kayle who, doesn't have much range early on. You need to pick up those levels. You need to start ascending. And you rely so much on attack speed. That spell does so much,
here,
as well as being able to match the scaling.
Yeah, Dredgeline is going to come in there. I thought maybe they were going to still engage, but Ano's not level 2. Was thinking maybe the level 2 was going to come. The minions didn't die fast enough there.
I feel like even if they were level 2, it seemed like RA had a bit of safety net in terms of where they were positioned, and Yuyanjia being the one to be able to pick up the hook. So not too much going through. I also want to highlight the vision coming out from RA in that level 1. They had 2 wards in Weibo's bottom side jungle, so they should have a good idea of what SofM is looking to do. But looking at Weibo now, you have Prio in top and bot. You should be able to keep that in bot significantly throughout the game. Again, the matchup will flip top side at some point, but soon we'll also have Angel being open on the map. But again, looking to punish TheShy.
The Wither onto TheShy. He can't get away at this point. He has flash, but it's not going to be enough. TheShy will eventually fall. Leyan picks up the kill, and now it's 1-1.
Yeah, Cube gets the Wither down. I believe it's like close to 50% slow at rank 1. So really going to prevent him from being able to get away, setting up the gank for Leyan. And that's kind of what we hit on, right? Leyan being kind of the one to start setting up these lanes early on. Any extra gold you can get into the pockets of Cube, iBoy, or Strive will be huge. He's the one to pick up the kill at first, but still, that only means he'll have a better buy. When he does go for his recall, he can come on the map stronger, and it might influence any of those 2v2s or 3v3s that come through.
Yeah, exactly. I think you have to keep an eye on how that's going to go, because especially when you see a little bit of that roaming there, we are already seeing on that first roam. Not able to get much, but at least the looks are there. And now we're waiting on that level 6 for Angel. We're waiting on the Destiny to be able to come through to try and get something started for Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, luckily for Weibo, I mean, Angel's still only level 4, so not having to worry about too much right now. Was forced to go for a bit of an early recall. Typically, CF, you see them recall at level 5 or like right before they're about to 6, TP back into wave. Hit that level, you are now like fully bought whatever components you need. You have full mana, full HP, and you can look for a really strong first Destiny on the map. And for Weibo, I feel like the first Destiny is going to be huge, right? What kind of influence they can look to find. The fact that Cube doesn't have Flash but does have Spellbook, so obviously we'll be able to swap to other spells at some point, means like maybe that's a potential first avenue for a gank, especially since he will be pushing. But also bot lane, right? You already have Huanfeng starting to become big with the fact that he did get that first blood. And if you could set the Zeri behind and not let her be such a menace when she has been such a standout on 12.11, that really could just shut RA down.
Yeah, and we'll have to keep a side on this top lane matchup, and we'll get the trade back and forth. But now we got Dragon coming up on the board, and Leyan is down that way. We were saying they don't really go for these kinds of objectives that early on, but SofM is also down that way. And we see the priority gained by Weibo Gaming bot lane here as they've been pushing up into the tower of RA.
Ooh, I want to look at the minimap, though. Leyan hovering around mid right now. Oh, they might find him.
They got
No
Angel
flash.
Here. Nice connection from Leyan. Angel does get the yellow card there, but he still falls. That's 2 kills for the Lee Sin now for RA.
Nice by RA.
Oh my
God.
God.
Leyan's going to keep
That's a
going.
flash from SofM.
And now going to be able to steal away SofM's Raptors. SofM might have something to say about it.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a difference, though, as Leyan might have overextended. Dredge line connects onto the wall. Leyan just going to hop over to Strive, and all is peaceful.
Nice sidestep coming out from Leyan to make sure the hook doesn't come through. Knows that the safeguard will be up soon and that he will be able to get away. And so far, RA finding some nice agency in this early game with Leyan's Lee Sin.
We get a replay of that one, too. They saw him walk
this-
into the bush and didn't see him walk out, so they knew.
Exactly. Just really nice use of the vision that they were able to get down. They also know he doesn't have flash from the level 1, so this should be relatively easy to finish off. Leyan holding the ward for after he does get stunned from the gold card to jump in and finish that one off. And for RA, when we've talked a lot about them playing for the late game usually, like, again, just look at how they draft. The fact that Leyan's able to find such a nice early start is and even looking at the lanes, right?
Yeah.
The advantage that Strive has now been able to find over Angel, 59 assists to 43. Looks like Angel cleaning up a bit of a wave right now, but still will at least be a 1-wave lead for for Strive, if not more.
Level 6 is there for TheShy, not for Leyan yet. We'll see if they can get away from the poke that TheShy is putting down, but it's funny, you know, we were talking about the facilitation that Leyan can do for the lanes, but he's gotten a little bit of that gold, so now he feels good. He can be that bridge for the team into the late game, and that's such an important component to the way that RA wanted to pick this one, and especially the way they wanted to structure their draft. SofM was up there to try to aggress. We'll have to go ahead and back off as we get resets from both teams.
Yeah, Dragon's still on the board. Herald will be up in about 40 seconds, so curious to see which team will start angling for that one. TheShy's wave should start to bounce back by then, so maybe you can try and synchronize that with, like, unlocking on from lane, roaming them up, and looking for that objective. If not, RA being very proactive towards the bottom side of the map so far. But Leyan still doesn't care about early dragons.
Does not. Even said hi, walked away. Huanfeng taking a little bit of extra damage down there in the bottom lane. Is level 6 now, though, so he's looking for those Mega Death Rockets. And SofM is down this way. On knows he can start looking for an engage here as SofM comes through the tri-bush. They do go for the dredge line. Not going to connect the zap, but you do see an engage onto iBoy now with the Cyclone coming through. Strive is right here, but the Destiny comes through. Angel, can he get the kill to Yuyanjia? The burn is enough. There we go. Weibo on the board again, and now you have to look at RA running away for the rest of Weibo as they can't pull off the play.
No, still the Weibo able to find 1 kill is huge. Even on the opposite side of the map, TheShy has been zoning Cube off the wave. I've been actually paying attention to that on the minimap for the past, like, 40 seconds. So overall, Weibo find a kill on bot side with the Destiny. They are stacking up the CS lead in top, though Cube should have a pretty massive wave that he'll look to answer. Now RA trying to respond with Leyan already starting up the Herald.
Going to be a big pickup here for them as they can try to get onto the board here. As the first dragon's still there, it's not going to be really a win condition at this point for stacking unless we get to a super late game. But the Rift Heralds will provide that extra boost of gold that RA can use to get their composition later on. I will ask, though, as we get into it, we're talking about, you know, RA going scaling. Does feel like Weibo have a decent amount of strength when you get to the late game. As we'll get back to that conversation, look at the replay of that bottom lane fight where SofM comes in the nick of time.
Yeah, we see On able to find the hook onto Yuyanjia first, sets up for SofM to come in with the Cyclone. Angel following through with the Destiny, able to blast auto off with the Ignite to make sure that kill goes down. Sadly, On not able to find the hook to reconnect with Strive. Still being afraid of Angel with that gold card being in flash distance. Blue is on flash, but 1v1.
Cube is going in for it. TheShy is going to go ahead and use the Righteous Judgment, but he makes the mistake of stepping forward. Now Leyan is here, and now it's a flash from Cube, or from TheShy rather. They're going to find the kill as well. SofM is not there in time, but Angel's coming here. Dragon Rage kick out. We'll get SofM behind. Yellow card prepped and ready to go for Angel. They need the vision there. Control ward comes out. They're going to focus Cube here, but they have a lot of damage back. RA, Leyan is strong here. Burn from the red buff will claim SofM's life.
Like you said right there, just Weibo underestimating the damage coming out from Leyan, already having the Iron Spike Whip and the Caulfield's Warhammer, so definitely a nice amount more stats than SofM, who finally did just pick up, looks like a Sheen on this back now that he's dead, but still, Leyan punishes TheShy.
That's a 10-10 Gore Drinker.
Weibo. Ooh, you're right. Gore Drinker. And sitting on an extra longsword on top of it, you even still have the Herald, but late comes a bot.
The engage stopped against Yuyanjia. One more rocket will do it. Huanfeng gets one. He's trying to kite out, but it'll be iBoy hopefully landing that shot. He does indeed. Flash from On gets him away as Strive joins the fight, but it's just enough for RA to get another kill. It's traded, though.
RA also starting up the Dragon as well. We can see Leyan on that objective, and for a team who we kind of signaled hasn't shown that they do too much in the first 15 minutes, Leyan especially getting off to a huge start, and then this 2v2 kill coming out from iBoy and Yuyanjia with the follow-up from Strive. The map right now is Rare Adams.
It is indeed 4-0 for Leyan. He's really performing on this Lee Sin hugely, and I think it's been just the focus that he has been everywhere on the map. Now we get the Rift Herald in mid lane. There's 3 plates left, so you're going to need to do a little bit more damage. No wave to speak of here. You also do have SofM coming this way. But you do have 3 strong in mid lane. Just going to get the tower plate and back away.
Well, let's remember, though, that Weibo have caused a lot of this to themselves, as we're going to see Cube try to run TheShy down again.
The Wither. He does have a decent amount of damage with the Q stacks. TheShy's in some trouble here. He doesn't have any abilities to get out of this one. Does have a little bit of the slow there, but the Cube is going for it. Solo bolo for Cube and Rare Adam.
I mean, Wither is single-handedly one of, like, the best spells in the game. If you look at what Wither scales up to at max rank, it scales up to 95% slow and almost a 50% cripple. So for Cube, who's already getting some levels under his belt, is going to have a really easy time running TheShy down. You're not going to take too much damage from TheShy this early on once you do pop your ultimate. So Cube clearly having a very good understanding of this champion, and every time he goes for it, he has Leyan waiting in the wings just in case he isn't able to run him down, so he can bring his own damage to the party. So far, huge lead coming out in the top side off those 2 plates. We do see that Cube is still down in CS, but feels like he's more than making up for it in terms of his kills, assists, and plates coming through.
Yeah, and I mean, you still have the scaling factor for TheShy, but 0-3 at like 12.5 minutes. Hurts pretty bad to the mental. I feel like Cube gets the nice little cinematic rundown. They're walking into the sunset together, but Cube is the only one that walks out.
I love getting the Nasus replay because there's nothing you need to break down. It's like, okay, he presses W, he walks up, he Qs him.
Dog go burr.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Dog go burr. 100%. I'm sure. Oh, wait.
Nice engage on there. You got the traps there to back it up. The On is just dead. And iBoy goes over the wall now. Huanfeng's in some trouble. He has to flash, but flash ain't going to do you any good. Another double kill, and Leyan is up 6-0.
No.
TheShy used his righteous judgment at the beginning of the fight, and Cube is just going to run him down again. People, don't watch. Don't watch. It's too easy. And it's Cube who dies. No! Oh, he goes golden.
He's dead. He's
He
dead.
is dead, yes. He might be dead. Oh, SofM. Who's going to get it? Is it Angel or is it SofM?
Clear one more minion, Cube.
Oh, it's going to be SofM who picks up the kill. Hey.
I just want to point out. Wait, I got to point out, right? Weibo have done this to themselves. What is this game?
They blind picked it.
Well, I mean, even ignoring the pick, right? There, On walking into the enemy jungle by himself to get wards, dies. Huanfeng trying to cover, dies. The first time, I think it was the second time TheShy went down where you pointed out, he was doing fine. He walked back into melee range of Cube, and then we see Leyan come, he goes down. SofM in topside trying to fight that 2v2 against Leyan, he dies. Like, this is a series of disaster that Weibo have chosen for themselves.
Hey, I told you to get your hands up in the air. I got mine up right now. I can't check the camera, but, you know, I trust me, because we're on the Weibo coaster right now as we go into a replay of all those shenanigans we just watched.
We were building Weibo up coming into this game. Honestly, this first 15 minutes so far is probably the worst 15 minutes we've seen out from Weibo so far this split, which is kind of tragic. And this is just going to happen for the rest of the game. Cube at the point of power where he can just ignore the damage coming out from TheShy. We already said he's going to match the scaling and just be an unkillable beast who can run them down.
I do feel like
you even do have a lot of lower range champions on the side of Weibo. Obviously, Huanfeng will be hard to run down, and you'll have a rapid fire cannon coming out from Angel, which will mean he can try and just tether you on the range of his stun and his Everfrost. But until that time, he is fine dealing with TheShy and SofM.
Oh gosh, look at those gold differences. That's a little bit worse for wear for Weibo Gaming. We do see the adaptation coming into the state of the game, as now iBoy will be in the top lane. You'll get the side lane focus from Cube in bottom lane now that the tower is gone. And RA claiming yet another objective. They will find the Rift Herald here.
You know, the fact that, like, the gold difference between Strive and Angel is bigger than, let's say, the gold difference between, like, SofM and Yuyanjia is quite concerning for the side of Weibo. I mean, look at this. Look at this. We're at almost a 6K gold lead at 15 minutes. 6K gold lead. A team that's... Oh, iBoy?
He gets the Cyclone use. He does have a lot of escape, though, and almost a full health tower to defend, as a lot of Weibo bodies up towards this top side on Huanfeng up here. They want to go for the dive. The Destiny's going to be used here. They're TPing from RA, trying to get up here is Strive as well. iBoy getting low, but he has the kite potential. Mega Death Rocket goes wide. An engage on the side over here as they're trying to fight him. A Cube is tanking up a storm. Now iBoy is trying to get into the fight. Does not land the beam, and they'll back away.
Okay, another thing that Weibo had instigated for themselves.
Oh
now
my
punished.
goodness. No
Another
way.
charge.
No way.
Okay, wait, Mazel, take over. I need to look up the fastest game of the split.
Oh, goodness gracious. Another charge. Hits the turret, and then in-hip tower in mid lane takes some damage.
23 minutes and 33 seconds. Can RA beat it?
How much of a roller coaster is this, though? I love it. Like, I'm having a blast. This is like high G maneuvers, upside down, turn it up, and like the flippity flip.
I don't agree, Mazel. You know what this is? This is New York in Vegas. This is like a super short, has like one big up and then one big down, and that is it. Because yeah, this game, I feel like we've already gotten through the majority of the ride. We're just kind of waiting to get off, as we see here the dive trying to come through for Weibo. iBoy just having so much mobility on this pick. Yuyanjia able to buy so much time with this W on the other members. You collapse on them with Strive coming in, and then the TP from Cube just seals the deal, making it so none of the other members can try and link up with SofM.
And that gold lead is getting even worse. About 7,000 just about for Rare Adam here, just under 18 minutes, which is incredible in its own right. They do have some stacking to go, but Leyan is just looking for as much aggression at this point that he can put in. Because you look at this scoreline for this jungler, the spotlight that we put on him, this is exactly the kind of performance that we would want to see.
And Leyan has been the defining player on RA. You know, whether anyone's opinion of best player between, again, like him, Strive, maybe Cube, whoever, I think Leyan is unarguably the most pivotal player for this team.
That's a big engage, but the lightning crash turns it all around. Now iBoy's doing some serious work. Dredgeline to re-engage as Weibo are TPing in here. It's a 4v4 turning into a 4v5. The Rockets are landing, though. TheShy is just completely caught. The team is just leaving you behind. TheShy, you got to get to him. You got to run away. He actually does, but Cube is right here. Oh, he's going to slam him down. And there you go. Strive gets the kill. SofM's clone buys a little bit of time, but Weibo left TheShy in the dust.
I'm committed now. I'm committed to needing this to be the fastest game of the split, which is how much Weibo are trying to force. I mean, they knew Cube wouldn't be able to answer in that play, right? So they try to TP TheShy in. They try to fight with numbers advantage. But the other members of Weibo already chunked so low by the time TheShy gets in there. He's then left to fend for himself. Cube is able to just walk from bot to mid. The Wither comes through, and nothing TheShy is able to do.
Oh, no.
So we'll see how the initial engage starts. SofM coming on through. They see Strive backing in top lane, but he is TP to be able to answer quickly. And TheShy still sitting on his own TP, hoping he doesn't have to use it, finally comes in to look for the turn. But look at how much that rocket does, now making it so the members of Weibo can't re-engage. TheShy left in a bad position, forced to flash after Yuyanjia tries to lock him down. But the dog is here. TheShy, you have experienced this before.
Who let the dogs out?
Nope, no. I heard Hysterics do it 3 times last time.
I had to do him
we
justice.
Don't need it anymore.
I had to do him justice.
We don't need it anymore.
I had to do him justice. Thank you, Hysterics. But it is RA who are running away with this game. Still no focus from TheShy here, as he's going to go ahead and go down to Leyan again. I think they might want to give it. Okay, yeah, he was doing a little bit of damage. I'm gonna say maybe they give it to Cube to try and get some more stacks, but We'll see the engage in mid lane here as Angel in some trouble as he went in for the fight. Mega Death Rocket's going to connect here onto 2, and they do find a way to burn down the GA here of Strive. If he actually survives here. No, the CC's good enough, and Weibo connect. Not going to connect onto Yuyanjia to follow it up, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't rotate iBoy over. I feel like even in a 3v4, RA could probably come out ahead, because look how many ultimates they burned to make that play. The only ultimate you would have up in the following skirmish would be On's to lock someone down and look for the fight. So, but we see iBoy valuing getting an extra wave in sides, does back and picks up the BF sword as well as the crit cloak to come through. So at least a little bit closer to having that IE on board. And now we'll just see the replay of how the pick comes through onto Strive.
Angel
Destiny in from Angel. Fine that he gets locked up, not feeling too much threat. Instantly into the Everfrost goes golden, and then allowing SofM to join up. The damage from the rocket really just sealing the deal. And now he's left in a bad place, considering that you still have these forms of lockdown up to bring him down. But we can see in the sides, right, both Cube and iBoy just pushing out, so not having anyone to come commit and maybe collapse on Weibo and punish that pick from coming through.
The biggest scare point right now is that RA are circling 3 items at least for iBoy, but have already gotten the 3 items for Strive. Strive also now has the package. Dragon coming up in 25 seconds would be sold point for RA. Feels like they just have a lot to say on the map right now against Weibo with the lead that they developed now, right? I mean, they are 8,000 gold in the lead. It feels pretty good to be able to have that say, especially with Leyan at the helm.
I'm kind of disappointed. Because look, you have the package, you have a huge lead, you are so close to breaking the record of shortest game of the split. What they should do right now is go to Baron, bait them into the Baron, turn it, burn, flip it. Who cares? If they fight you, you will just win. But RA, they're just gonna opt for a dragon. Looks like Weibo gonna try and trade vision on the top side of the map. We saw Angel pop Destiny. They want to try and get the scuttle. And it looks like SofM should be able to get that one pretty free, so at least giving themselves some safety.
Yuyanjia tries desperately to go for the engage, does not land it, has to back away. RA will run away at this point as Weibo are reinforcing the mid lane.
Yeah, Weibo have trying to cover. They do have good wave clear coming out from the Jinx, but RA also having good siege with the W's able to come out from Zeri, and Strive just able to keep pummeling through those rockets. Do they finally go for it? They don't.
They don't. They're not gonna do it. Just like you know, not gonna take that extra step, I guess.
The worst part is, well, you assume in game 2, Weibo are gonna flip the switch, make it a more competitive series. We're gonna go to 3 games. So if RA can deliver and double down on this hype, I am totally in. I'm sold.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if we just get a repeat of Spring? Strive, you might be dead here. I think you are going to die. That's Everfrost connected to the yellow card. They're TPing a little bit extra, but they're coming in to reinforce this. Cube is going to try to stop and stop the TP of Angel. Oh my God, he destroys him, and that's 2 stacks back to back. Cube is a monster, good boy. We'll see in mid lane, though. On tries to get the re-engage on iBoy, but iBoy is going to zap his way through Huanfeng's health bar. On tries to flash. That's a failure. The Poro comes up. They're going to have a little bit of fun with it, but Weibo get wiped again. TheShy, the only one left on the board.
Oh my God.
There's your Baron lyric.
You know, it's like if you have like a pet or something and you scold it and it like walks in the corner and just acts like you can't see it anymore. I feel like that's what I just saw right there. On, looking so cute, looking so innocent, trying to hide in the corner, isn't able to get away. See, but there we go, right? What we've seen from this past fight is, what a surprise. RA are just stat stiffing them at this point. Any fight that comes through, whether it's a 2v2, 1v1, and 3v3, I mean, RA should just handedly win. It shouldn't even come down to, like, necessarily even hitting skills. I feel like even just a war of attrition, a battle of autos, RA wins out significantly as we see how the pick started off on the opposite side. iBoy and Yuyanjia playing in vision, and iBoy hitting like a truck right now. And Yuyanjia able to lock down Huanfeng to make sure the kills come through. And
hey, all the love.
What pals?
It happened.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, we're back in alive. Oh my God, the AoE. This is not the kind of fight you want to take, but they do trade back down. Yuyanjia is already dead, and their Weibo are setting up for a re-engage here. On is stepping up, but he gets half his health bar taken out, and he's just dead. Leyan gets another kill, and now Strive is looking forward with the rockets. He does land a couple onto TheShy. Cube is just pushing the side lane right now, and that's what you got to focus on because they're just going to go for the inhib at this point as RA are completely dominating this game. Leyan waiting for the yellow card to go down, and here he goes. Righteous Judgment is used by TheShy, but now TheShy has no defenses, and Angel is just dead, caught out. TheShy in some trouble here as he's about half health, and Leyan connects another one. He's not going to go in. He wants to keep that KDA. He's 9-0-3, and he has been the flagship for this win for RA. The Mega Death Rocket is going to go through, but Huanfeng not doing enough damage just yet as RA pull out of Weibo Gaming's base.
Yeah, RA already creating so much pressure by taking that inhib. And then look, their Baron time's out in a minute 19. Dragon's up in a minute and 22 seconds. So RA will be able to keep utilizing this Baron to keep up pressure, keep up wards in the enemy jungle, and just take Soul. So we're going to see here Weibo trying to defend in their bottom side jungle and maybe catch out RA, but not able to do so. Huge damage coming through, especially from the Corki. Sure, Yuyanjia does go down, but especially once the Sonic Wave connects, it guarantees another to come through. And then these rockets just doing so much against Weibo.
For me, it's the Ultra Lasers. Like, iBoy's Ultra Lasers are insane. They're doing like half the health bars of Weibo. Look at that!
Oh, yep.
Look at it! It's ridiculous! He's gonna lightning crash, go forward.
That's the bump.
Angel's going golden, but it's just all catastrophe for Weibo. They're getting wiped. Another one hits. The laser beams are flying. It's looking like Star Wars at this point. SofM is under tower. Leyan connects another Sonic Wave. He don't need to see to take down Weibo Gaming.
Yep, huge plays coming out from RA. The Lasers of Doom. Strive able to pick it up as well, but Leyan, in my mind, definitely being the star of the show for orchestrating everything in the early game.
And this will be the finishing touches. Cube fine to tank it up, has the stacks to siphon away the life of Weibo Gaming here, as it will be game one going to RA. And I'm starting to smell some reminiscent times from spring where RA dominated Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, that was that felt more like a scrim or like a warm-up match than it did an actual official match of the LPL. There really isn't too much to say about it. Leyan, I mean, he punished Weibo, right? And Weibo, you punished yourselves.
You did.
We saw many times Weibo the ones to instigate the fights, to instigate the 2v2s, to aggressively push into the enemy jungle by yourself. In the case of On looking for vision, Huanfeng trying to go with him and kind of getting pulled into the tussle. So many times where, I don't know, felt just a little bit egregious coming out from Weibo. They're a team we know who can do better, who have done better against teams like RNG in their last series where they were able to like force RNG to give everything they had to take that win. But this one was too easy for Rare Adam.
And I want to dive into Weibo a little bit more here, and maybe it'll get a little bit nitty-gritty while we do, but I want to highlight, SofM having to go to the Wukong, but I don't think that was necessarily the biggest issue, right? It's the fact that we had such a